we have passed through a long journey in the political history of Nigeria. But ideology is completely lacking. Whether it is to the left or to the right, to centrist ideology, it is left for politicians. It does not really matter what ideology a country adopts or political parties adopt. What matters is good governance, giving hope to the hopeless. And what do people want in politics? A sense of inclusion, a sense of opportunity, as opposed to a sense of alienation. And the winner takes it all that we have been singing since we became men. The winner takes it all. What are they looking for? Once a government takes over, all they want to do is to control NNPC, control the MASA, control Nigerian Post Authority, control FIRS, control the key revenue generation organs of government, and then they smile home. And they make promises. None will be fulfilled. We will repair this road. In Nigeria, why has it become so fashionable that we cannot fix our refineries to give us petrol to drive? For the ordinary citizens to have to move from one place to another. Why is it difficult to clear ports, roads in Lagos so that Nigerians can pass? A port that brings goods, that brings money, and the road is blocked completely for years. There is something wrong. And we must rise up. It's beyond politics. The politics we are talking about is beyond Buhari, is beyond Jonathan, is beyond PDP, is beyond APC. What we are looking for is good governance. And unfortunately, you see people, every day you begin to talk, oh, it's because of PDP left. So when PDP left, what did they leave behind? Suffering. Okay, it's because APC has come. That's why suffering is continuing. If APC leaves today, do they take away the sufferings? The structural defects in Nigeria, they are still there. Very open, staring us in the face. We must bring leaders who will solve the fundamental problems of Nigeria so that transportation will no longer be a problem. If you go to Britain, you move with your Oyster card, you swipe. If you want to enter bus, they stop in front of your house. You swipe and enter. You want to enter train, even if you take your bicycle, you drop at the train station and swipe your card and go to where you are going seamlessly. What is difficult? Nigerian leaders go there, enjoy these services, and come back. You still hear now that some people, because of selfish, narrow interests, are still arguing that Nigeria is not right for electronic voting. Why? But you use ATM, you use GSM that every other country uses, and it's good. When it is time to vote electronically, Nigeria is not right, so that you can rig the election and do vote buying. And then you still carry your father to show that you are the biggest man. Look, these people must stop changing Nigeria. It's the cheating and misgovernance, misrule, using the banner of political parties. Oh, it is because of PDP, it's because of APC, it's because of this. Nigeria should wake up. Okay. The issues we are looking for are beyond these parties. They are fundamental issues that the government should come and address. Whether it is a government to the left, a government to the right, what Nigerians are looking for is good governance.
Okay, now finally, real quick, while we're trying to round up now, what is your opinion or your recommendation, Sonny, on ending defection?
Defections will never end. As long as we have selfish individuals who masquerade or parade themselves as politicians, working for the interests of Nigerians, defections will never end when the laws of the land are not respected. Section 68, 1G. If the court will give effect to that section of the law, defections will stop. And defections will also stop when Nigerian politics is laden on or embedded on ideology as opposed to nothing that we have at the moment.
Okay, how about you? What's your opinion on ending the
Yeah, I will just take off from where I stopped the last time. If we must build this country, stop all of this rots, as evident in this defection we just talked about, then we have to start building strong institutions. It's very, very clear. The reason you go to America and you say the system is working, you go to the United Kingdom, like Sonny said, and you said the structure is working, all right? In the course of our traveling, we have seen all of these things. It's because they have strong institutions, all right? The system does not look at your face. It looks at the law, all right? And the law is operated based on the rule, what you call rule of law, not rule of interest.
Okay.
All right? So if you build that very strong institution, the lawmaker who is there knows that he cannot violate this. And the enforcement process must also be very, very right. All right? The global community has looked at that direction. That was why in the successor framework to the Millennium Development Goals, they came up with the Sustainable Development Goal. And Goal 16 of that framework talked about peace, justice, and strong institution. If Nigeria can adopt the SDGs as its development plan, it will be a step in the very right direction because it articulates everything you need to do to give development to your people. Also talks about how you can eradicate poverty, how you can eradicate corruption, how you can build strong institutions to ensure that things are done rightly. Every step you take will outlive the current government. If the government today has taken some very good steps, the next government cannot come and erase all of the progress that have been made. All right, we'll be building on this. All right, we'll give ourselves a timeline that within the next 15 years we are going to be at that level, and with the right structure in place, definitely we'll get there. But when we work by the whims and caprices of some leaders just coming, masquerading as the big men in town, at the end of the day, we won't go anywhere. We need strong institutions and not big men that cannot take the nation to the place of Eldorado.
All right, thank you very much for coming on the show and sharing your ideas with us. We appreciate your presence. Well, that's much we can take here on Inside Story this week. I'm going to see you guys again, same station next week. Goodbye.
This is a road. Our road. The road used to be good. Now, the road is not so good.
Come on for road now.
We tried to manage the road like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm late. In the next one meet, I will be there.
Some of us didn't even care. But there are other options. We can solve our problems by taking action. Our government can work better when we play our part. It's not your job to manage it. It's your job to talk about it. Get involved.
Sunana Yakubu, amma an fi sani na da Yaks. Abu mafi mahimmanci shine har yanzu muna zaune da ƙwayar cutar polio a ƙasar mu. wasu sun san digon rigakafin polio wato digo biyu da ake bada na baki, wasu kuma ba su san da haka ba. Wasu suna tunanin wannan digo guda biyu sau ɗaya kawai ya wadatar. Shin digo biyu ya wadatar? Bari mu bincika. Yaya aiki?
Lafiya kalau.
Digon mai guda biyu kawai zai sa soya kosai?
Ba zai isa ba.
To, ta ce ba zai isa ba. Ina zuwa. Na gode. Shin za ki amfani da digon nono guda biyu kawai ki dama fura?
A'a, ba zai yiwu ba gaskiya. Saboda nonon ne yake taimakawa wurin dama furan.
Na gode. Tambaya nake, shin digon ruwa biyu kawai zai isa haɗa shayi?
Ai ba zai yiwu a haɗa ruwa da shayi da digon ruwa biyu ba. Dalili kuwa ai ba zai isa mutum ba. Dole sai ya kai kaman kofi ɗaya.
Barka da.
Barka gare.
Da Allah tambaya nake so yi.
Allah sa na sani.
Shin digon man fetur guda biyu, digon man fetur guda biyu zai isa ya sa wannan mashin aiki?
A'a, ba zai sa shi aiki ba gaskiya.
Dalili fa?
Saboda ai bai wadace shi ba.
Haba.
Kwarai da gaske.
To nan ina zaka?
Dan je nan bayani.
Da Allah bari in bi ka. Allah bai na wani.
Lafiya lau.
Kwayan gishiri biyu kadai. Shin zai isa ya sa naman nan daɗi?
A gaskiya ba zai isa ya sa naman nan daɗi ba. Sai an ɗan sa gishirin da yawa tukuna, sannan a haɗa, sannan ya garwaye naman har ya yi daɗi.
Na gode. Kuma yadda muka je, digo biyu kawai bai sa ya wadatar da wani abu mai ma'ana ba. Haka ma digon rigakafin polio, dole ne yaro ko yarinya su samu digo biyu akai-akai na rigakafin polio. Wannan digo biyu akai-akai shi zai wadatar wajen kare yaro ko yarinya daga kamuwa da cutar koko kowace irin cutar polio.
A classico, I tell you, my 3 points is clear.
Yes.
Eh? They go watch match.
Okay, what do you want me to do about it? Give us light. That's the only thing you've been saying since you came into my office. Maybe your work be that. No, it's my work, but see.
Our government fit do their work if we sef do our own work. No just sit down. Carry wetin dey worry you go meet who suppose solve am.
My name is Femi Anikula Kokuti. This is just to tell you, beg you, plead with you. Don't let anybody lure you into being violent. It's very important for us to have a peaceful elections. We need to think about the future of this country, of our children. We can be a great nation. And the first step is desist from being violent. Let's have a peaceful elections.
On Facebook, like our page and share our posts at People's TV NG. On Twitter, follow us at PTV_NG. Follow us on Instagram at PTVNG. Watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, People's TV. Visit our website, www.ptvng.com. Subscribe now and join the conversation online. People's TV, People's Preferred Station.
Do you know that PTV remains the best place to showcase those lovely goods and services of yours? Yes, with our visibility in 36 states of Nigeria and over 50 countries of the world, we definitely have the talent reach. What are you waiting for? Book your adverts now. Call us with the number displayed on your screen.
You're watching People's Television, your people's preferred station, powered by you.
For innovative research-based analysis, fresh news and programs, join us on PTV, the People's Oriented Station, transmitting on Star Times Channel 120, showing across 36 states in Nigeria, and Channel 77 on Strong Decoder across 52 countries. Yes, you asked for it. Now you have the best of television. You can also follow us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. People's Television, powered by you.
Soldiers helping Nigerian forces to fight Boko Haram.
We will have to persuade Nigerian legislatures.
This is coming together of people who are confused.
Executive order should comply with the law.
I personally dissociate myself completely. Personally.
From this interview, because you have said
there had hardly been any administration.
Practitioner will explain the end of justice about no religious body in Nigeria.
Validate the claims by the INEC chairman. It is
people of Nigeria, I hear say they don't back Odin. From my side, the good though as the banamo, because even human being, you no go to the drink Odin. Oh, I beg, he good, made a banner. We don't want them again.
A lot of Nigeria youth that have been taken into codeine have caused a lot of havoc to them, even to the society in general.
The recent ban of codeine is very amazing because that will help the Nigerian youths to face the reality and know what they're doing. Because of then, man, people are taking this codeine and they'll be very slow, they can't even help themselves out. But now that it's banned, I think they have no way to find any excuse, so they will come out, do the right thing at the right time and work for themselves.
I feel happy about the ban of codeine in Nigeria because it has caused so many harms to our youth out there. They over-abuse it. For those it may affect, they can go for other alternative of cough syrup. It's not only codeine that is in Nigeria that is cough syrup.
To some extent, it's okay. In the sense that the abuse is getting out of hand. You see people taking codeine as if they are drinking water, which is causing health hazards to most of us. That, I say, is not good. But think about it the other way around. I need codeine to cure me of one element or the other. And for me to go and get it now from the pharmacy becomes a problem because it's banned. So what do you do now? So before the government will come out to say this and that, I think it should be better for government to find out the root cause of why these guys or these little ones, not even guys this time, even women, even politicians, they do it, they take it. Find out why they are doing it, especially those guys outside. Then try to sort out that problem so that it will stop. If you say you ban it, the effect will be on almost everybody. But if you find out the root cause of why they are doing it, it will help us better.
I think the recent ban of codeine is one of the most positive things this government.
Hello, welcome to PTV Today. I am Aisha Jibrin. Senator Issa Misau has challenged APC chieftain Bola Tinubu to prove allegations that the National Assembly was hatching plans to impeach President Buhari. Misau is reacting to a statement made by Tinubu at the defection rally held for Senator Godswill Akpabio on Wednesday. Misau stressed that PDP members in the National Assembly were only interested in defending democracy and are fighting for the enthronement of the rule of law and independence of the judiciary. He charged Tinubu to stop playing politics with a very serious issue as the alleged impeachment of the president. The Independent National Electoral Commission is concerned over the way the 2019 election budget is being handled by the National Assembly. And Mahmoud Yakub expressed his misgivings as a consultative forum with leadership of the Assembly on President Muhammadu Buhari's violent request. He noted that the Commission has only 8 days to commence official activities preceding 2019 elections.
This is the much-awaited meeting that was meant to approve INEC's budget for the 2019 elections. The meeting, however, did not hold on the set date because the National Assembly came under siege by operatives of the DSS. But INEC's chairman, Yakub Mahmoud, appears not to be satisfied with the delay in the passage of the Commission's budget. He said all official plans has been concluded, but the Commission is moving for the implementation stage, which requires funding.
We have from today exactly 191 days to the opening of polling units at 8 a.m. on Saturday, the 16th of February 2019. There are activities that we have to undertake for a minimum of 6 months to the election date. And 6 months to the election date, it starts from the 15th of August, which means that we have only 8 days to the commencement of these activities. But we are confident that with this meeting, all the grey areas will be ironed out, and as far as INEC is concerned, our own component of the cost of the 2019 election will be speedily appropriated by the National Assembly. Your Excellencies, as we are aware, this is the very first time in the history of our election that the budget for elections in Nigeria is subjected to approval by the National Assembly in this way. And also an opportunity given by the Commission and all other stakeholders to defend their proposals before the National Assembly.
Earlier, the chairman of the National Assembly and the president of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, in his submissions, said the untimely request for violence accumulated into delay in view of the fact that the request was sent on 17th of July, few days before the recess of the National Assembly.
Let me reaffirm that, as you know very well, over the last few years, we've worked very closely with you to ensure that we raise the standard of our electoral processes in this country. through the process of the electoral appeal, through the support they are given at all times. So we are more committed than ever to ensure that we have an election in 2019 that is not only free, it's safe, credible, and as I always keep on saying, even better than what we did in 2015. And the only way to do that is to ensure that you have all the necessary tools that will make you efficient and make you be able to perform. You cannot perform if you don't have that. And so our role is to support that and want to make that commitment to you, which you know, I'm sure you know already. I speak on behalf of the Speaker and myself.
The Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, assured that the National Assembly will raise the standard in Nigeria through electoral process.
Our electoral process has been fair to a certain degree, and we mustn't go below that standard. So I want to reiterate the fact that the leaders of the National Assembly were committed to appropriating whatever is needed in the confines of the resources of the nation for INEC to be able to realize. And that is why this meeting is important. However, personally, I have some questions that I intend to raise. I raise it in the process of discussion, because it appears that we're treating this 2019 election as an emergency.
And we did ask various questions, like, immediately after an election, you begin to prepare for the next election, which is to say that the 2019 general elections preparation should have begun immediately after the last elections. And they did bring up various issues. We have discussed with them, we have looked at the various situations as it relates to the funding, and we are going to consult to discuss with our various colleagues and to ensure that if need be, we resume to consider this supplementary budget and the environment request of Mr. President, because we are all interested in ensuring that there's a free, fair and credible elections in 2019.
Now that peace is gradually returning to the National Assembly, political watchers are of the view that the legislature should give the 2019 general elections all the attention and support it requires.
198,000 new voters were registered by the Independent National Electoral Commission in Niger State in a continuous voter registration exercise between January and August 2018. The resident electoral commissioner, Samuel Ugu, who made this known on Wednesday, said the continuous voters registration will be suspended on August 17, 2018, urging eligible voters who are yet to register to do so. Ugu, who said the law makes it possible for the electoral umpire to carry on with the exercise up to not less than 60 days to the general elections. He said the exercise, which had been targeted at those who turned 18 years old, was conducted in phases. The Senate President, Bukola Saraki, has berated the presidency for not sending in the budget funding request on time. This is coming after Tuesday's siege, which some persons have accused him of masterminding. Saraki stated this at a press conference at the National Assembly lobby.
There are a number of issues. If you remember us in Senate, we were to adjourn on the Thursday, but the decision of us were adjourned on Tuesday. So really we're talking about 2 sitting days. Sometimes people make out as if we're adjourned while beyond that. And on that day after we adjourned, we realized that the electoral bill had not been passed. And we decided to wait and sit down and take the electoral bill and pass it. That was the only issue that was pending on us for an action. On the issue of the INEC request, it's amazing how nobody's asking. Is it the day we're leaving that INEC realized that they had a budget? There was January, February, March, April, May, June. Nothing came from the executive to say we need money for INEC until July when we're leaving. But be that as well, we are ready to support the executive at all times. And I'll let something out. Since we've gone on recess, even before this problem, both myself and Speaker, I've met with the chairman of INEC to tell us what are his issues. And this conversation has been going on. So we will do all that is necessary. As I said, if it needs us coming back, because we are not even committed to committees yet. It just came as a letter read on the floor. It still has to go to committee. If with the support of our members and also here, we will do that. And that was our plan that we wanted to do yesterday.
The Senate President, Bukola Saraki, is demanding a full investigation into the siege by DSS operatives on the National Assembly on Tuesday. Saraki claimed that the incident was planned for months and no one made any attempt to prevent it. He charged relevant authorities to institute a full investigation into the matter and bring the perpetrators to book. Saraki made this known while addressing the media on the blockade of the National Assembly by operatives of the Department of State Security Service. He claimed that the incident prevented the leadership of the legislature from meeting with officials of the Independent National Election Commission. The lawmaker, however, reaffirmed his commitment to go ahead with the planned meeting, insisting that he is committed to ensuring the conduct of free and fair elections in 2017. PDP lawmakers in the House of Representatives say the Senate President Bukola Saraki has no hand in Tuesday's blockade at the National Assembly. The reaction of the lawmakers is coming following widespread reports in some quarters.
Several reasons have been given for the lockdown which pitched serving lawmakers against state security service operatives, but these lawmakers have dismissed the insinuations in the stronger terms.
It is a shame that this administration is showing such level of mediocrity and lack of intellectual capacity. Otherwise, if you want to lie, you should even try to lie better than to even embarrass yourself further. The Vice President, who is even the acting president, has already called this act an invasion of our democracy. He has condemned it, and he himself is now contradicting the very words of his principal. How do you explain the fact that this same former head of DSS has confirmed who gave him those instructions, and they are still bringing up these false allegations? And this is the stock in trade of this APC government. Just like you saw the shameless display by the chairman of the APC when he said Governor Otom was complicit. Governor Otom of Benue was complicit in the killings that occurred in the state. This is the level they degenerate to cast aspersion on people when they have been found out for the illegalities that they are committing. So that is a total hogwash. It's a complete fallacy. Everybody knows that. And Nigerians are not stupid. They are the wiser for it. They know that that institution has no correlation and takes no instruction from the National Assembly.
They're just trying to spin that. Like I also saw a senator say yesterday that the DSSS came to prevent talks that were organized by PDP from coming to the National Assembly. But that same senator knows, because he's not a first-timer, he knows that there's a police station here in the National Assembly. But most Nigerians might not know that. So there's no how they are going to spin this story. What happened yesterday should never have happened. Like the Senate President said, it's not about him, it's not about the Speaker of the House, it's about the institution. So we believe the institution should be respected.
The lawmakers, however, commended the Senate President for calling the briefing, stressing that it will set the records straight.
But I want to call out the APC for showing this lack of patriotism and partisanship when the very fabric of our nation is being threatened. I think they're taking a cue from their national chairman, who has been indicted both by the Vice President and by Lawal Daura, who on his Twitter handle admitted that he acted on the instruction of the APC chairman and the Chief of Staff to the President. So Mr. President, who is right now in the UK, has a question to answer. Did he ask his Chief of Staff to carry out that action? Why is it only Lawal Daura that has been removed? The Chief of Staff should be removed.
The presidency on Tuesday sacked the Director General of the Department of State Security, Lawal Daura, over the blockade. Emmanuel Ehijine, PTV News, Abuja.
The All Progressive Congress is demanding a probe of the security siege at the National Assembly. This, according to the party's acting spokesman, Yakini Nabena, is because only members of the opposition People's Democratic Party were at the complex as early as 7 a.m. APC also wondered those it described as thugs almost lynched Agbonaima, the only APC federal lawmaker present at the complex. It therefore called on security agencies and relevant bodies to take a second look at the event of the day. APC also reaffirmed its call on Senate President Bukola Saraki to resign on moral grounds. The Senate President has meanwhile met behind closed doors with former military leader, retired General Ibrahim Babangida. The meeting took place at the hilltop residence of the former military ruler. Saraki's plane landed at the Mina International Airport at 4 p.m. on Wednesday evening, and the Kwara-born politician drove straight to the hilltop mansion of the reclusive former leader. Immediate past Senate Minority Leader Godswill Akpabio declared that he is defecting to the ruling All Progressive Congress because he wants to take Akwa Ibom State to the center. Akpabio said this at a mega rally held at the Ikot-Ekpene Township Stadium on Wednesday. No less than 30 APC senators and members of the National Working Committee were on hand to receive Akpabio into the ruling party. Senate Majority Leader Ahmed Lawan at the occasion described the Akwa Ibom-born politician as a patriot who believes in the unity of Nigeria. Many Nigerians are impressed with the response of the acting President Yemi Osinbajo to the security siege on the National Assembly. A cross-section of them hailed his decision to sack the Director General of the DSS over his role in the siege. They made this known while airing their view on the matter.
The siege on the National Assembly and subsequent sack of the DSS DG has not gone unnoticed. It is expectedly a major public discourse by critically minded Nigerians. This forms the crux of the argument in the newsstands all over Nigeria. Not even this one at the Federal Secretariat is spared.
If there is any way you want to unseat the Senate President on the ground that he has defected to the opposition party, which is PDP, then simple majority cannot remove him from the House. It is to that majority can be able to remove him from there. What will you do? Try to make sure you do your work and constitute that to 10 majority to unseat him. Not by laying siege in National Assembly, try to, forcefully, impeach him as a Senate President. Is a thing that everybody condemned.
It's a step in the right direction, and which is something, the DSS man has been taking a lot of decisions that people have been wondering if the president was behind it. So he made, by the sacking of the DSS DG, they've now shown that most of things have been happening. The man has been acting on his own. Lawa Daura, he has been acting on his own. And it was very imperative that the sacking took place so that the budget consideration should go on. And it is a way of appeasing the lawmakers so that they can come to the table.
Create this national democracy by force at all costs. As you can see now, the reaction toward the siege in the National Assembly is that it's like there's some cabals around the presidency who are trying to retard the progress of this nation at all costs. So my suggestion is that the foreign governments must try their best to make sure that they put the necessary security architecture in order to avoid series of wranglings here and there. Because if not, it can portend great danger for our democracy. What I'm telling you, the issue of this relocation of the current DSS DG is a good omen for this nation. Because this very man has been there trying to, create kind of confusion between the presidency and the normal governance, which is a very big case in this country now.
The sack of that man is a welcome development because what happened yesterday in the National Assembly is undemocratic. In this era, in this generation, that we are practicing democracy and things still happen like that as if we are in the military era. I think we should continue to sack some of them that are doing such things. If we know that he is not performing very well, is going astray, we have to correct that impression so that we know that we are in a democratic dispensation, not a military era. You understand? So you can't tell me that we don't have a freedom of speech in a democratic dispensation. When you talk, you are in trouble. So we continue living like that. When we see things that are not going right, we should not talk. We just sit down and watch. Is it because we youth are quiet in this country, that's why they are doing to us like this? We are supposed to have more things in this country. If you look at Nigerian of yesterday, Nigerian of today is totally different.
For Malik Kazim, the drama is connected to the ongoing reforms of President Muhammadu Buhari. He believes that those affected by the reforms are behind the drama.
The same DGSSS wrote against a nominee of his principal, Ibrahim Magu, to the National Assembly 2 times, saying Ibrahim Magu is not fit to be the head of the National Assembly, of the Economic Crime Commission. Today, Ibrahim Magu is still there and is out of the office. However, we want the security agencies to be reformed and to be overhauled so that they will do of more intelligent gathering, action, and effective, as we see all over the world. The security is the welfare, and the welfare of the citizen is the paramount function of the government, which we want the government to do. The Nigeria is undergoing a reform, is undergoing a revolution under President Muhammadu Buhari, and anyone, no one can drag this reform back. This revolution must continue, and we must go through this revolution to take us to the promised land.
These Nigerians expect more drama as the season of political campaigns and horse trading approaches. An Osogbo High Court in Osun has cleared Senator Ademola Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party to contest in the September 22nd governorship election in this state. Presiding Judge Justice David Oladimeji gave the ruling on Wednesday. Oladimeji said the plaintiff counsel Olufemi Ayodokun failed to address the issue of forgery in the originating summons. The judge held that the maker of the purported certificate must be called upon to deny the certificate issued to Adeleke before it could be described as forged. He said the plaintiff also failed to prove the ingredients of forgery, but only relied on the documents as presented to the court. He said the case lacks merit and accordingly dismissed it. The federal government on Wednesday approved 348 billion naira for construction of road linking Akwanga through Jos to Gombe. The Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, disclosed this at the end of the Federal Executive Council meeting held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He said the project covers 420 kilometers, according to the Minister of Projects, would be completed in 48 months.
My response to the funding question is that first, it's good that it has come at this time. Let me say for the record that whether it was the Akwanga Kefi, Abuja Kefi Akwanga route, or the 9th mile Makurdi route, which was approved in May, or this one that goes from Akwanga to Gombe, all these loans had been initiated in the previous administration. So I think the records should show that. And what is interesting was that that was the period Nigeria was earning $100 per barrel of oil. That's where these loans were. So if we had committed our money at the time we were earning $100 per barrel of oil to investing in critical infrastructure to evacuate goods and agro-produce from these very prolific agricultural belts, those projects would probably have been finished by now. But not only were the loans initiated, nothing really was done in seeing them through. So I came to complete, when I became minister, the documentation process for the Abuja Kefi route, and I can tell you that we just paid the commitment fee. I think it was about ₦1 billion about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So we can now start construction. The contractor will move to site. Take my word for it, in a matter of weeks, subject to loss. It's actually opened, I think, 3 construction sites camps where his people are. So we're working on all of this. There are also compensation issues. People are asking us for compensation in the region of about 7 billion naira So I've been talking to the governor of Nasarawa that, look, we can't pay out 7 billion naira just for compensation. How much will we then spend on the road? And because acquisition of land is a state matter, we asked the governor of Nasarawa to intervene, and our people are meeting with him. So now, the point therefore in response is that we are doing more with less.
And that's the size of our bulletin this hour. Many thanks for watching. I am Aisha Jibrin.
People of Nigeria, I hear say don't back Odin. From my side, the good as the banner, because even human being, you no go to the drink Odin. I beg, he good, made a banner. We don't want them again.
A lot of Nigeria youth that have been taken into codeine have caused a lot of havoc to them, even to the society in general.
The recent ban of codeine is very amazing because that will help the Nigerian youths to face the reality and know what they're doing. Because of then, man, people are taking this codeine and they'll be very slow, they can't even help themselves out. But now that it's banned, I think they have no way to find any excuse, so they will come out, do the right thing at the right time and work for themselves.
I feel happy about the ban of codeine in Nigeria because it has caused so many harms to our youth out there. They over-abuse it. For those it may affect, they can go for other alternatives of cough syrup. It's not only codeine that is in Nigeria that is cough syrup.
To some extent, it's okay. In the sense that the abuse is getting out of hand. You see people taking codeine as if they are drinking water, which is causing health hazards to most of us. That, I say, is not good. But think about it the other way around. I need codeine to cure me of one ailment or the other. And for me to go and get it now from the pharmacy becomes a problem because it's banned. So what do you do now? So before the government will come out to say this and that, I think it should be better for government to find out the root cause of why these guys or these little ones, not even guys this time, even women, even politicians, they do it, they take it. Find out why they are doing it, especially those guys outside. The effect will be on almost everybody. But if you find out the root cause of why they are doing it,
I think the recent ban of codeine is one of the most positive thing this government has done so far. And it's a very, very good thing because it will actually curtail drug abuse. Because if you look at Kano and Lagos State right now, they're among the highest abusers of drug, and Katsina State is a very good thing for the youth, and it will definitely grow the level of efficiency and self-sustenance in the country.
In a world where strenuous, highly technical and intellectual jobs were considered the exclusive preserve of boys, while girls were wired and advised to think only of professions that required less muscular power, it can be quite amazing how women folks have evolved over time. All around us, women are shattering barriers and breaking into fields like finance, medicine, engineering, driving heavy-duty articulated vehicles, and much more, without compromising for femininity or roles as wives and mothers. Yet in spite of having to combine work with personal life, most of these women also giving their male colleagues a run for their money. Some women have taken